All right, so in this video, I'd like to show you how to import your images into Animate and get your animation started. Or set it up. So what you do is go to File, New, and I know in the newer version of Animate it's a little bit different, but um, based on what I have here, I think it's manageable and you'll be able to figure it out. So the type or format would be HTML5 canvas. So you're going to select HTML5 canvas, and then you're going to change the size. You want to make sure that it's 1920 by 1080 pixels. So you want to make sure you're working in pixels and nothing else. You want to make sure that the frame rate is 24 frames per second, and can you leave the background color white? Once you do this, you can then hit OK, and it will create your stage. All right, so now I have my stage. You should have your timeline open. You have your library where you're going to import your files, and you have your tools. So in this video, I'm just going to show you how to import and then create your layers. So I'm going to do File, Import, and I'm going to import to my library. I'm not importing to my stage. I'm going to import to my library, and I'm going to do, I'm going to look for my files, which are under Animation 2022, and I'm going to take my background, right? I'm going to open that up. Okay, so you can see that I imported it into the library. I'm going to do the same with all my other files. So I'm going to do the same with frame 1 and frame 2. Okay, so you can see that I imported both of those files into my library. So we're going to work layer to layer like we would in Photoshop. So I'm going to name this background. And then what I'm going to do is drag my background onto the stage and place it. So your background should definitely fit this space, especially if it's 1920 by 1080. The thing is that I took this from Alice, and I screenshot it. So it's a little bit off. Hers is accurate. It's just that based on what I did, it's a little bit off. So I'm going to make sure that this fits here. Okay, so there's my background. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to lock it. So I'm going to select lock so that I can't move it. I want to make sure that it stays in place. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is now drag both my frames into this file, but I want to create new layers for each of these. They're two separate items. I'm going to name this frame 1. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is take frame 1 and drag that in. Make it a little bit bigger. Place it. Using my arrows, I can nudge it a little bit. And then I'm going to do the same for frame 2. And then any additional object that I would add into this, I would then add new layers to. So every moving part to this animation would be an additional layer. Then what I would do is when I'm done is save it as final animation, and I would save it to your folder that you're working in. And it's going to be saved as an Animate document or an FLA, which is Flash. And you're going to hit save, and then it saved my file. So any tutorials that I make moving forward, I will use, hope it's okay, Alice, I will use yours as my example, so that it kind of stays consistent. All right, if you have questions, let me know.